Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
You know, I was one of the guys that, you know, when that YouTube thing started to take off, I was one of the guys that they was constantly going at, you know? From the Hassan Campbells to the, 050, like I was one of the guys that they was constantly going at.
When you came out with the song Rumors, where you talked about a whole bunch of people that you had never met.
Listen. Think about what you're saying. That's different than a nigga going on his platform to call me a snitch without no evidence about that. What are we talking about? How's that the same?
Okay. I mean, you started out with the song, I heard the Suge Smack Game.
That's what I heard. That was a rumor.
Right. But you are still like taking a shot at someone by saying that. I know Game. Game did not take that very well, I'm sure. Right? Come on.
I get that. But at the end of the day,
and a whole bunch of other people, you mentioned along the way. You don't know the Suge Smack Game. That's just one of the things in
But I said I heard.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it does
You're still putting
matter.
it out there.
Yo, Vlad, we can argue all day up and down from here to the moon. That you're not gonna make me believe that that's the same thing.
Okay.
You're not gonna make me believe that's the same thing when a nigga go on his platform and tell me to suck it. Come on, man. What we talking about?
Okay, so if I made a tweet and I said,
don't put yourself in it. That's no, I'm not allowing you to do this today. You keep putting yourself into these interviews. We're not doing this. This don't have nothing to do with you.
You are still like taking a shot at someone by saying that. I know Game. Game did not take that very well, I'm sure. Right? Come on.
I get that. But at the end of the day,
and a whole bunch of other people, you mentioned along the way.
But you comparing. I mean, it's similar, and I think whereas you taking things that were said on a record and what I creatively made about the rumors in the industry, and you comparing that to a nigga that never met me, disrespecting me.
But you're disrespecting people in this
song. No, nigga, hell no. No, that's
Maino,
not this.
I love you, Maino, but come on, man.
But listen to what I'm saying, Vlad.
The same way Maino can sit up there and say, who the F is 50? It's the same way I can sit up there and say, nigga, who is you?
Who you got beef with?
Jim Jones?
Who? Oh, so who is you?
What do you mean?
Who the is he?
50? But I'm saying this is how he operates. We've seen this before.
So what?
Okay.
So
I'm not
what?
saying you should understand it.
I don't give.
That's what I think it is.
Listen, if a nigga got a problem, I don't owe no nigga nothing as far as it comes to any level of loyalty, because as far as I knew, that they little back and forth ain't nothing real. That was nothing, because I remember them cool, and they had a little workout, little banter, and that's all. This started from like a post in 2020. See, I remember them going back and forth on Instagram about working out, and then one day, Capo put up a picture of Mel Murder, and I liked it. 50 takes the picture of the post. This is what I'm saying. He's so sensitive, right? He take a picture of that post, of me liking it, and says, yeah, I helped this guy before, and I guess he forgot, you got to watch people and all that. And I was like, what? I was confused. I didn't understand. So I went back, and then I read the caption. I said, oh, shit, these niggas going back and forth. So that I goes and puts up the post and say, yo, you overthinking, bruh. I never knew nothing gangster about him. I didn't never have that respect for him, and I think that maybe because I was showing so much grace and giving him his flowers for so long, I think that kind of got devalued, and maybe thought that. Did you think that I had extra respect on some gangster? Because I never did. I never believed that. I had no reason to. He capitalized on the moment. It benefited him. What happened to him? I think two things that happened to him was probably the greatest things that ever happened. And one of those things was the fact that he got shot. Now, the fact that he got shot, well, they say it was 5 times, really, he lied and not, whatever, right? All right. That justified him wearing a vest. pictures with guns. It justified the imagery. It gave it a storyline. Oh, all these old niggas trying to kill me. Oh man, everybody trying to kill me. There's a sense of danger. And then him signing Eminem amplified that. So now you got that storyline. Then you got that machine. That was the perfect ingredients for success. We saluted it. We loved it. There was the underdog that came up. We was all with it, right? Anything gangster, I don't know nothing about that.
Maino, you got a big ego. Like, really, you got a Brooklyn ego and I got a Bronx ego. You come in the game, made the song Rumors. You violated everybody in the industry with the stuff that you said. I don't even have to go down the line, right? You violated everybody. Vlad tried to check you on it, but he kind of sort of didn't want to lose you as a client, so he laughed it off, even though he was checking you, and everybody agrees with Vlad. You came in the door and made a song spreading rumors about damn near everybody in the industry, right? So now, my thing is, I heard from the horse's mouth, your co-defendant, that you bit the cheese, my nigga. I heard from your co-defendant, I spoke to him. And all them Coney Island niggas, my nigga. You bit the cheese. Now, here's the thing. Prove me wrong. Why you just can't go to Coney Island and pull up on your co-defendant, the nigga that you went to jail with, that you committed the crime with? Everybody knows that you told. Everybody's just trying to figure out why Pretty Black is not pushing the issue and actually really blowing you up. We don't know if you greasing his pockets or he just decided to leave it alone because he want to live a peaceful life. But nevertheless, he gets aggravated every time you get on the internet and say that you didn't tell on him. The funny part about it is that's why you don't like to talk about jail. You know, jail was behind me. You know, you don't want to talk nothing about jail, but you run around as a lobby boy, right? What is a lobby boy? Nigga, you're 50-year-old, your grandpa. You a grandpa. My nigga, you a senior citizen. You are in your 50s, my nigga. Running around calling yourself a lobby boy, right? And throughout the years, some of the things that I sat back and I watched you do, how you and Jim Jones was just misleading the youth. But we ain't going to even go into that. We're going to stick to the script. So I come in the game and I followed the footsteps of you and 50 Cent. I came in the game with a purpose to bring awareness to Africa Bambaataa, who is the Epstein of the black community. And none of you niggas y'all wouldn't help me. Y'all wouldn't speak on the situation, and y'all act like y'all didn't see my pain. So what did I do? I did what you did, my nigga. I did what you did. You try to water down what you did, right? You try to water down what you did, but if it was just laughs and jokes and it wasn't that serious, how you and Jim Jones end up in an altercation in the mall? Scooby-Dooby-Doo? How did you and Jim Jones end up in a situation and now you want to paint this picture like you the illest nigga in Nebraska, right? You paint a picture like everybody's soft. You the nigga that went to jail for armed robbery. I'm the nigga that went to jail for 125.25 for turning niggas' TVs off. Everything I've been to jail for is gunplay. It is what it is. It's gunplay. It is what it is. That's my history. It's not yours. And every time you run into a beef, like when you and Jim Jones on the escalator, Jim Jones clearly came back up on that escalator because he wanted smoke. And when you seen you was outnumbered, outgunned, and you could end up in jail for the rest of your life,
clearly at one point, because you and Jim Jones are cool now. You guys are actually really good friends.
Yeah.
But at one point, you guys had issues. This is before you ran into him at the mall in Atlanta. So what were the issues about initially?
I don't think there really was issues. I think it was me actually coming out of prison with a lot of energy.
Was he mentioning the Rumors song?
Not in Rumors. I mentioned Cam name. But other songs I said shit. And bottom line, it was just me just trying to get on. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays they would probably call that trolling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm man enough to admit that. We trying to get out the streets, man. You understand? And we really in them. You know? Trying to get away from some of this shit. So it's like I'm saying the shit that I'm thinking is gonna grab the attention of people. And that's why I think that whatever energy that we had came from that.
Right. And then one day you were in Lenox Mall. You had like, what, 3-4 people with you?
Yeah.
And he had 30.
Yeah, it was funny as fuck.
And you were like passing each other on the escalator?
Yeah, listen, I was coming up the escalator in Lenox Mall. They was coming down. And when I seen them, I seen Jim, and I seen a bunch of the niggas that I already used to seeing them with. Cause we had a couple of little, in the past, like we would see each other, and I'm like, man, them niggas, the line going down the escalator was so long. It was like, all right, 2 niggas, 3 niggas, 5 niggas, 8 niggas, 10, 12? Damn, it's still going. Like, and I was just like, man, so it was me and my brother 80 and maybe 2 other people. I was with a girl, and I'm walking, and they came back up the escalator. But they walked on the side of me, and I stopped. I had to stop because we got into a little some words. But the thing about that is that we actually talked right there, and once we talked, we was cool ever since. Because the thing about it is, like, you can have an opinion about a nigga. You could think you not like a nigga. It's because you don't really know him. You don't know how much you really got in common with this nigga. You understand? So it's like, it really wasn't no beef. Nothing never happened. It ain't like somebody threw something, or it was a fight, or it was something. Nothing ever happened.
Just trolling, basically.
Yeah, it was all me. So I'm placing the blame on myself. Yeah. And it was all out of the need to be heard and to be seen, because I was trying to position myself. So all that's what that was about. And it wasn't just with him. It was with a lot of other rappers, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I had to have a conversation with Raekwon and and even Puff, like, you know what I mean? I told you that story before. It was just me trying to position myself.
You started negotiating, and at that moment, you knew that you didn't want to be on the other end of Jim Jones and his crew, so you became his friend. A nigga that you clearly didn't even respect. You clearly didn't respect him. Came home from jail and got on the radio and told everybody that Freaky Zeke was a rat. You heard he told. Then got down with the niggas that was hanging down with a rat that you heard told. And let's get to that. Could you explain that? Scooby-Dooby-Doo? How do you explain that? You lied about the situation with Rod Diggs and said it never happened, when I know 10 niggas that was in the club when it happened. Every time it come time for you to get busy on the niggas that get, but we're not talking about you choking YouTubers. You'll never choke me like that, because you know what's going to happen when you meet up with me, Maino? When me and you meet up and we bump heads, you going to have 30 niggas with you, I'm going to have 30 niggas with me. Them niggas going to have to decide right then and right there if it's going to really get real. Because niggas ain't wrestling. This ain't WrestleMania, my nigga. What makes you think that your killers is different from my killers, my nigga? Your head is way too big. If your ego is way too big, you could talk about everybody and they mother, but nobody could talk about you. What's the difference between me and you, Maino? You went to jail, I went to jail. You got busy, I got busy. What makes you that nigga and I'm not that nigga? How are you that nigga when you got to get next to somebody to be that nigga? Throughout your whole career, you had to get next to somebody. Came home from jail, got next to little Kim looking like I don't know what. Not the regular little Kim, the raggedy little Kim. The builder chick. That's who you got next to. You did your kitchen talk, it flopped. While you was doing kitchen talk, I was running through these YouTube streets like a gorilla. Doing crazy numbers. Until niggas sat up there and started playing with me in the algorithm. You got next to you got next to Angela Yee. That flopped. Didn't go nowhere. Then you became a lobby boy. You got to constantly keep getting next to somebody after you left Uncle Murder. Your best sound and the best thing that you ever did was the Yellow Tapes. That was your best sound. Your biggest hit is High Hater. A song that nobody likes. And now, the song that finally puts you back in the algorithm, which still is going to flop, is mentioning me. And a whole section of niggas that I created. Yeah, me. And a whole section of niggas that I created that came up under my umbrella. That whole dirty section, I inspired more niggas than you, Maino. Your ego is way too big. But I tell you what, though. If you could sit up there and you could come up with your co-defendant and he say that you didn't tell on him, I'll give you $10,000. If you could get Pretty Black to come on the internet and said that's a lie, you never snitched on him, I'll give you $10,000. I spoke to Pretty Black, my nigga. There's nothing you can tell me. You told. It is what it is. Now you could either be like, you could just be your man about it, like Tekashi 6ix9ine, or you could keep on running around acting like you didn't do it. But the reality of it is, the reason why you mad niggas is lying on me, because you know Pretty Black don't do the internet. Why is it so much of a bigger deal that I said it? It's a big deal that I said it because it sparked those rumors all over again. And it got niggas talking and the truth came out. The problem is all the real niggas, the thorough niggas, they not really on the internet like that. They don't play the internet because niggas is still too busy in the streets. But you running around and you acting like you still, nigga, you a podcaster. And last time I checked, when I went over to your Kitchen Talk page, the one without the lobby boys, my nigga, your YouTube page is not bigger than mine. And you not getting better numbers than mine. Your ego, your head is way too big. Now, I thought we was cool. We was kicking it. But then you coming out of the blue, you still in your feelings, huh? Because you telling yourself at some point in time, we all gonna run into each other, just like when I went down to the barbecue in Harlem, having up in Harlem.
100 on my wrist, watch me change the game. You told on your homies, love ain't the same. I see my mama struggle, had to make a way. I told her mama move over, I'ma pave the way. 100 on my wrist, watch me change the game. You told on your homies, love ain't the same. I see my mama struggle, I'ma make a way. I told her mommy move over, I'ma pave the way. Shark should be swimming with the fishes. Yellow diamond should be looking like I'm pissing. Still bang on a nigga Blake Griffin. Fuck a shoplift, we get a nigga lifted. All this money in a war like Yowda. The you the MMG, you know a nigga got his clout up. We gon' get it, have a count it every hour. Move the white like Tommy Wick, Ghost, they got the power. I've been that nigga since 9'6". Only run with trappers, killers, and convicts. Say my man killed with a smile, been calm 6. Shots at the V, we making the car flip. We lost Glizzy, and we ain't trying to lose again. Head tap him if he move, nigga shoot.
And niggas thought that I wasn't going to be out there and made a rumor talking about I left. Oh, he left because Jim Jones was on his way. No, I was waiting for Jimmy to come. His whole crew was there. We saw them. The reason why I left, because a certain individual, I ain't going to say his name, ended up being there. Me and him got into a situation. And in that situation, let me explain that situation, how it went. After I got to the park, and a long line of people in Harlem greeted me, and everybody wanted to take pictures of me like I was LL Cool J. There was a certain nigga that was from Harlem. He was there in the park, staring, starstruck, watching me the whole time. And one of our mutual friends tried to bring him to squash the beef. And I said, it ain't nothing to talk about. I said, it ain't nothing to talk about. I don't like this nigga. He's the reason why me and Math Hoffa ain't even speaking. The nigga said, you was talking about my mother. You said you was going to throw my mother down the flight of steps. And I replied to him right then and there. I said, F your mother. F that B-I-T-C-H. He said, I'll punch you in your mouth. I said, and I'll snatch your soul right now. I dare you. And all my niggas closed in on him and one other nigga. Me, I came in the gate with 30 niggas in the park. 15 of them scattered this way. The other one was around building a perimeter around me to make sure nothing was going to happen. And the reason why I left, because I couldn't control all the niggas with me. They wanted to put a bunch of knives in this nigga like a piñata. But the problem is, the other niggas that was in the park, there was other people inside that park. That was mutual family between me and this other nigga. So, I simmered the situation down. And I say that to say this, to bring up that situation, to say this. When we see each other, my nigga, are you willing to throw everything away? Are you willing to go to jail for the rest of your life, my nigga? We'll see. Because it's not going to go the way that you think it's going to go when you sitting up there just acting like you Hulkamaniac. Nah, my nigga, it ain't that. You going to do exactly what you do when you did with Jim Jones. You going to see that, yeah, it can't really go that way. Because somebody is going to the, to the afterlife, the pearly gates, and the other ones is going to be sitting on Rikers Island. Please hold on the child. It's simple. It's simple, my nigga. Your ego is way too big. Stop acting like you the illest nigga in Nebraska. Rod Diggs washed your brother up in that bathroom and walked past you. You said it never happened. Yes, it did. Some of your closest mans that you don't even know that I talk to, and I ain't even just talking about Lucky Dawn, said it did happen, my nigga. And Rod Diggs walked right out the club. Stop lying. You're not invincible. You pick and choose your battles or who you want to do what to. Rod Diggs should have never went to jail without you putting in work on him, my nigga. And there's a bunch of other niggas that you were supposed to put in work on. Instead, you running around beating up Little C's. After that, Little C's started working out for the next fight. That's when Little C's got Diesel. Like, stop it, my nigga. That's my take on the situation with Maino. The reality of it is, I ain't even really want to address Maino. You know why? Because lately I've been addressing the real things and the real politics and the real issues that's been going on in the world. I've been addressing the real things that's been going on in the world. And when I sit back and I look at you dudes, right? I'm like, damn, there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Y'all see what's going on outside in the world. Y'all see we one button away from these niggas obliterating our planet. Our planet. You got white men sitting at a table discussing the future of everybody else. And as black men, we should be sitting at that table. Instead, niggas is beefing over the internet. Instead of sitting down at the round table with the elite that run this world, niggas is beefing over scraps on the internet. Man, why you not talking about the fact that the industry is over? And it was death by design. And the niggas that cut your check, the niggas that's cutting your check, that allowed you to get somewhat through the door. Why you not talking about the fact that they destroyed hip hop? Why y'all won't use your voice the same way the union uses its voice for the union workers? Why you not using your voice? Here's the reality of it. You are 50 years old and you a failed rapper. Your rap game is over. This record that you just put out, you needed the dirty section. You needed YouTubers. You needed other podcasters, our crowd, to look into it so that they might want to buy your song or listen to your song and play your song and get it some spins. You needed that. You desperately needed that. And it was strategically and it was smartly done. But here's the thing. I understand, Maino. Just tell the world that you're scared. Why don't you tell the world that you in your 50s and that this is the last money run that you have? After that, it's like Michael Jackson said, this is it. If you don't get rich right now and get wealthy right now, you are going to die an old, broke, poor, miserable nigga talking about what you did in the last 20 years. You're not going to continuously be able to do what you do because don't nobody want to pay. We already seen you on a show. We already seen you performing on stage at a show. And everybody looking like they wanted to go home. It's over for you, my nigga. Throughout these years, you refused to say my name and say, yo, that brother need help because of what he went through with Africa Bambaataa. You refused to. But now you will say my name because the reality of it is you realize that you can't avoid me being that nigga. I done broke through all the boundaries that y'all said I couldn't break through. And I got other niggas in the industry recognizing me. So now you saying my name. It is what it is. Your song, it's all right. It's all right. But it's not something that people are going to continuously play. They're not going to blast it in their car. After these next couple of days, it's going to die down and it's going to go in the trash. It is what it is. That's my take on the situation. Y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Because they smile in your face all the while. They want to take your place. Them backstabbers. Live life as if you want to run and stay dangerous at the same time. Don't let that go over your head. I'm out.